and if you're not, then welcome back. A lot of y'all might be here from TikTok or Instagram, and if that's the case, then I apologize that this took so long. I just was not expecting the response that I got. Anywho, this video is about me building my pedicure platform. Excuse my voice. It is 6 o'clock in the morning while I am recording, but I have to get this out to y'all because you guys are about to come drag it out of me if I don't hurry up and post this video. Anywho, I want to make this as short and sweet as possible, but I also want to make sure that I include all of my fails so that you guys don't go through the same thing. And like I said before, I was not expecting this, so I didn't record the table because that was just two different trips to Lowe's. But I'm going to give you guys as much information as possible so you can be able to build a table to go with your platform as well. Also, due to the fact that I recorded this months ago and my memory is really not what it should be, um, the footage in this video is real time, or some of it is. Like, I'm talking at the time I'm building, telling you what I'm doing. And then some of it is voiceovers from now, that information that I just kind of need to give you guys that I learned and I didn't know then. So I'm telling you now, you know. So just in case you guys are a little confused on like what's going on, why does it sound like this, or why she's saying this 2 times, you know, that's why. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, first things first, I'm gonna jump into the first mistake. I don't have any measurements for y'all. I just kind of eyed it. I kind of knew how big I wanted it versus, you know, how big my chair was. So I don't have any measurements, but I did get this kind of wood, this flat long wood, for the top of the platform, and I just got 3 of these because they were long, and in my mind I'm like, okay, well, if I get 3 of these long ones, I could cut them in half and that'll give me the 6 slabs of, you know, wood that I needed. So that's what I did. I got 3 of them, and I had Lowe's cut them in half for me. And then I also got 2 of these beams. Lowe's was not able to cut these in half for me. They said that it was too thick. So I don't know if it was just this Lowe's, or, and you know, that's just the way the machine works. And maybe your Lowe's will cut this thick version of the wood, but mine's didn't. So I did buy a handsaw, which I regretted later, and I cut those 2 beams in half. Well, I had my husband cut those 2 beams in half. But you could probably find pre-cut wood already the size that you want. I just tried this because I thought it was cheaper. And it was pretty cheap. I couldn't really figure out why this was cheap over here. And then the other ones on the top was like $50, but they were the same. And I'm pretty sure it has something to do with the fact that, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was treated. I don't know, for bugs. I don't know. Don't get me wrong, y'all. Y'all ask the Lowe's people what's the difference. But I ended up choosing the $7 one, just the cleaner one over here on this side. Okay, so I did not choose Lowe's because I like it better. It's just what's in my area. We don't have a Home Depot close to me. This is really actually the first time I ever been in Lowe's. When I decided to build this, I was, you know, if I ever did something like this, I probably would have went to a Home Depot. But I'm a DIY girly, so I've probably been in here like 100 times since then. So now I know Lowe's. Okay, so this paint. I got this paint because when I moved here, I did a lot of DIY in my house, and I had something I bought from OfferUp, and I painted the legs. I actually spray painted them, and then like weeks later, the paint started chipping all over my floor. So I went back to Lowe's to try to find another black paint that wouldn't chip on these metal or brass legs, and the guy told me to get this oil-based paint. So I got this oil-based paint. I painted on my legs, but then I still had this big jar of paint left, so of course I used it on this. Now, what I will say with this paint, I would say use a really thin layer because it'll take long to dry if you don't, and you will think it's dry, but it's really not. All you really need is 1 coat, and of course that's just me cutting corners, so if you want to put more, do that, but I only use 1 coat on my platform, and it's doing great. I'm gonna try to set the camera up and film a couple minutes of me putting together this little, I guess, lift that I got, that, you know, my homemade lift that I want for my chair. So let's see what happens. All right, guys. Okay, so let me just go ahead and put this out there because, like I said, y'all, trial and error. There were a lot of mistakes made on my part, so let me just be transparent with you guys. At this point, I only had my wood that I was about to put together, make the platform with. I painted it. I did not get any screws or anything at Lowe's because I have a bag of screws that I use, and at that time, I really thought that I had screws for this, but I really didn't. So you'll see that I don't use screws that I should, basically, and I end up fixing that later, though. Another mistake that I made, which I don't know, I guess it kind of worked out in my favor in the end. I didn't paint the tips of the wood right here. So if you want to, just make sure you paint that so that it doesn't show. Because I did not plan on putting these beams on top of each other like this. I thought I was going to be able to just make them flat all together like I had them on the floor at first. But that's just too wide, and this size worked perfectly when I stacked them, and it gave it more height. So just FYI. All right, so just looking at me stack these on top of this, I know that the question is going to be, what are the measurements? Yeah, I really do not know. I looked at the beams in Lowe's, and I was like, okay, that'll be a good size if I cut it in half. Like, that is what I did. I'm really good at like eyeing stuff and when it comes to size and like what can fit in spaces. So I'm sorry, I don't have the measurements for y'all. But the measurements that I did have, when I cut that beam in half, they were perfect to the same size as when I got these flat things cut in half as well. So it just worked out. As a matter of fact, y'all know what I just thought about? Rewind it. Go look at the price tag of the wood that I told y'all I bought. The sizes should be on the price tag. Go check. And I'm just going to see if I could find some nails and stuff to kind of like put this together like this. Y'all can see. All right, so Old Faithful. So this drill, I've had it for a while. It's done its job. It's really good. But it just was not good for this job. But I'm gonna show you guys how far I got with it. So basically, I have not put any screws in the platform yet. I just set it up like I wanted it, and it looks perfect. So now I'm just gonna go in where I want to put my screws at, and I'm gonna form a hole. And I did that. I feel like if I had a stronger drill, I would be able to just screw the screw in. But don't listen to me, y'all. Just use the tools that they give you and do it the right way, okay? But anywho, so I screwed it in, put it in reverse, took it out, and then that made the hole for me to be able to put the screw in. I did all the rest of them like that as well, and that will make it easier for the screw to go in if you don't have a good, I guess, a good drill. But I guess it will still make it easy to go in if you do got a good drill. Do it the right way. So yeah, these is the only little rinky dink screws that I was able to find at the time. They did work, they worked as far as holding it together while it's sitting right here in this spot. Don't move it, okay? I did not have enough long screws. The long screws that I did have, I just had to strategically choose where I wanted to put them. But like I said, it's okay. I get more screws in the end. So this is what I mean by strategically. Obviously, those little screws that I had would not have held this part together. I definitely needed a longer screw for this. So this is where I chose to put the long screws that I did have at this moment. So the next thing I want to tell y'all about that I don't want y'all to make the mistake of doing is putting a middle piece in between here. Because as soon as somebody steps on this, they're going to go straight through it. And you guys are going to see, I'm going to try to test it out right now. Clean this off and sit. Sheet. Oh, So this is where I started contemplating my whole life, thinking I wasted all my time. Like, what am I gonna do? How do I fix this? Um, so yeah, this is where everything really started to not go downhill, but I really started to have to use my brain to figure out how to make this work. So I'm going to be telling you guys what I did wrong, but I'm also going to be telling you guys what to do so you don't do what I did and what I was meaning to do so that you can do that instead of what I did. Okay, y'all. So I think the last time that I was shooting, it was like morning time, but it's like 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night right now. I had to stop because when I was trying to drill, the drill just wasn't doing it. This is my old drill, pink. It came in like a kit from Amazon. I've had this for like 3 years. It's been doing me just fine, but a bigger project, bigger drill is needed. So I went and got this. Um, so yeah, I had to go get hubby out the bed and say, hey, we gotta go to Lowe's. So yeah, so we went and did that, and I haven't came back to this all day. So now that the kids are in the bed, hubby's in the bed, I'm like, let me go downstairs and get some work done. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to go ahead and drill some screws all into this so that it's a little bit more sturdy so that I can move it out and then kind of flip it over, make it taller, put the wheels on it, and boom, we're gonna see what's, tea. Let's see. Let's get this done. Got some extra stuff because I realized that this is not tall enough for me. So what I'm about to do is, yeah, make it taller with the stuff that I have right here. So I'm gonna make it work. I don't know how I'm gonna make it work, but same way I made this work, I'm gonna make this work. Then when I make this work, I'm probably gonna like go get the little paint and kind of paint over it a little bit, which is probably not a good idea, but I don't care because I'm not gonna take it out of this room. I'm just probably gonna put some trash bags under it or something and do it real quick. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. Um, so yeah, I'm about to do that, and then I got these wheels that's gonna also make it taller. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how that works. So yeah, I'm gonna set up the camera and let y'all watch me do that because y'all also know that I didn't put the right screws in there. So I'm gonna put some extra screws in this to make sure that it's good because when I pushed it that bit, I almost fell apart. And yeah, so luckily it made it over there into the corner. So I'm gonna leave it over there in a corner and just drill more screws in all around it. And then that's when I'll go ahead and start working on the other stuff, adding it on there. Because if I move it, it's gonna fall apart because the screws were a little bit too short the last time. It held it together, but it didn't hold it together like. So yeah, let me set the camera up and yeah. Yeah. I love this drill already. Love it. This is finna go so much faster than I thought. So I'm just making little holes so that I can put these screws in there. That's the right way. Nope. This is the right way. Then I'm gonna put another one right here. Okay, you guys are gonna see me put my finger on the side right here, just so I can make sure I don't hit the other screw when I'm putting the other screw in. So I don't wanna put my hole where it will overlap with the screw that I already put in. Alright, I'm gonna take this out. Put So that's that side. And I'm just gonna do all the other sides like that. I'm gonna make the little holes, and then I'm gonna put some screws in there, and I'll show y'all what it look like in a minute. Well, I'm gonna show y'all the process when I put the wheels on. So in a second. Okay, y'all. So this is how far we have gotten. I have taken all of the little screws out of these ends and put like the longer black screws in. I have added more black screws on each side. Like if I did one right here, I also did one over here, one over here, one over here. And to make it a little bit taller, I did like get these little blocks, get a wood, and I had like Lowe's cut them up. I had two of these, and the other one is right there. I forgot to tell y'all, if y'all gonna do this, y'all do need something like in the middle, because if somebody step on it, they're gonna go right through. So you do need something like a support beam in the middle. So I use one of those for that, which I was not supposed to do that. I was actually supposed to use this and put like across here, and the other one to put across here, and that'll give it like an inch higher. And then I was gonna put the blocks, and then that would give it another inch, and then the wheels would give it another inch and a half or so. So that was how much I was gonna raise it. But because I only have this one, I am not sure how to put these on to give it an extra inch, because it's only one. It's only one. So yeah. So anywho, that's where I am. I am trying to figure out how I'm about to put these blocks on here and then put the wheels on, and yeah, I'll be back. Okay, y'all, so I am tired. I have nigga rigged this. I have like tried my best to make it work. So I'm gonna show y'all what I did. Okay, so this is where it stopped at. Y'all know I only had this one long thing, so I wanted to like find something that saved some space, and I found these little things right here, which is the same size as, this. So I just put that in there to kind of save space, and I screwed it down as much as I could. So this is like an invisible one of these, so that gives it the extra. Therefore, I won't put too much, I guess, pressure up here. They're really sturdy though. Like, it's really, really sturdy. And then this side, of course, is the only problem with this side is this is too long. This one, but I don't care. It's kind of hanging off on both sides about this much. I'm gonna put that in the back toward the wall. I was gonna put this in the back because obviously the wheels are messed up. I don't know, maybe when I paint this, it probably won't look as bad. I honestly, at this point, don't care. I just need to get the lift. Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you. I might even put, I remember I had these curtains right here that I had cut. I told you I wanted to put curtains on. Okay, so this is what it looks like after I turned it over. And it has the wheels on it. It just moves like that. All right. So y'all, hey, it's kind of doing this thing. So the real test, let me see if I can stand on it and feel okay. So the last, okay, it didn't even creak, honey. All right. Okay, y'all, I feel a little bit more confident about this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put my little curtain around the edge. That way y'all can't see none of that. Put my chair back up there. And yeah, I think I'm pretty much done. And then when I put my chair back up there, I'm gonna put my table, across. so y'all see the whole pedicure table setup thing. So yeah. All right, hold on, y'all. I'll be back. Okay, so for this part, I found that the glue gun just was easier and more accessible for me. You guys can figure out how to put it on any way that you want to. If you even want to add the curtain, I don't know. You may build it better where it doesn't have to be covered up. But anywho, I use the glue gun. I use Gorilla Glue glue sticks. I just felt like those would be more durable, especially the fact that I'm gluing fabric onto the wood. I just wanted to make sure it was going to stick. I also, just to make sure you guys understand that I wasn't sure if this would stick to the glue, stick to the wood. So I glued fabric to fabric as well. So you see me gluing the fabric on top of the fabric just to make sure that it's going to stick and I'm able to get enough stability to be able to go down and glue the other end so that it stays. So this is pretty much the last step of building the platform, and then I just go through and tell you guys or show you guys how I made the table. But before I do that, I want to make sure I thank all of you guys. Like, I appreciate you guys so much. I did not know that that video was going to get as much love as it did. All I ever really wanted to do was be able to help. I love being able to help other people before they make a mistake that I already made. Of course, people have to make, their own choices and learn from their own mistakes, but I just hate seeing that for people. If I already did it, girl, let me help you. So, yeah. I'm glad I was able to help you guys with this, and I will make sure that I try to leave anything that I had in the video, the link below, like the chair, the recliner chair. I want to make sure that I leave that in the link, in the description box below. I did get that from TikTok. So, yeah, anything else I might think that you guys, need, I want to make sure that I leave it in the description box. So, thank you guys. Okay, and the last thing I did was build the table. It was pretty simple. I just went and I got a wider piece of wood like these, and I got 3 pieces of those, and those, I think I got those right here. They were about $7 too. So I got 3 of these, and I used these, and I did not cut the top piece at all, so they were about that size. And then the other 2 pieces, I just cut off the length leg that I needed, and then the remainder piece that I had that I cut off from that piece is what I put in the middle to kind of hold it apart, like to be that placeholder. If you guys see where my UV lamp is and where the spray is holding, those 2 pieces of wood came off the end of the extra 2 pieces, the legs. So I really hope that made sense. So that is pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any new content that I may post, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.